Hello, it's Nick Aiton again, and on my walk. The sun is out actually, which is good. But I wanted to just finish off the conversation about NFTs and decentralized finance. Look, I'm not against these things, but you can't build them on a blockchain stack that isn't ready yet, and that's the problem. To have a credible financial system or marketplace economy, you need a few things in place. You need a means of identifying who. You can't sit behind anonymous addresses. Now the question, of course, is who manages our identity is a different thing, and we don't want it managed centrally because the agents of Satan, like Facebook and stuff, will monetize our data and use it without our permission, or allegedly with our permission, because we sign our rights away. So you need to identify who. You then need a means of identifying price and value. Two different things, really. Who sets the price? Is it free market economics? Is it Metcalfe's law? How is price arrived at? And is it manipulated? Is it a third party? So that's a factor. Another factor is the basis for exchange. So you may want to, use tokens, and tokens do allow you to exchange things peer-to-peer, and the blockchain records the movement of those tokens. Some very annoying people pumping up something, and but that's all it does. There is no appending, there's no linking with that token exchange with the details of the underlying item that it's being pegged to. There is no association other than maybe an address or a reference to it in the smart contract or what's being written to the blockchain, which is inadequate, completely inadequate. And then what happens if something goes wrong? I mean, the elements of a effective market or trade is, whether it's a DAO or a set of rules, which is, in a sense, what the mining community do, provide a set of rules governance rules by which transactions are understood, created, validated and written to the blockchain. But for an economic system to function properly, we need all of these elements. And I know the Bitcoin, maximalists and the libertarian agenda, they think, we don't want to real all of that. We don't need all of that. And for them, yes, that's fine. You go ahead and do what you need to do. But if you want to take public money, if you want to take retail money, and you can argue sophisticated investors, institutional money, they should know better. But if you want to take public money, then you need a basis of commercial understanding. You need some structure in terms of the rules, the recourse. What happens if something isn't done correctly? What's the fallback? What's the comeback position? What's the unwinding position? And unfortunately, blockchain doesn't offer any of that natively. And as soon as, I've said before, you start linking with other systems, you're creating further issues for attack, further problems, and arguably that's why the exchange traded marketplaces operate within a single stack, albeit they're centralized, but it's easier to defend in a sense. As soon as we go decentralized, it's much harder for the reasons we've discussed earlier. So just some thoughts. We're getting ahead of ourselves if we think blockchain is going to natively support decentralized finance and NFTs. It can't. Talk soon.